Journey with us back in time, as we delve into the vintage footage of the 1950s and 1960s, 2 decades that shook the world. It was a period that tested the resilience of a nation, a time that saw ordinary individuals rising above their personal lives to confront the systemic injustices deeply embedded within their society. The grainy images and flickering scenes bear witness to the rise of the civil rights movement, born out of a reaction to long-endured racial injustices and inequalities that had plagued the United States. Imagine living in a world where your basic rights and freedoms are curtailed simply because of the color of your skin. The footage takes us back to that era, when Jim Crow laws enforced racial segregation, when African Americans faced relentless discrimination and prejudice. But even amid such oppression, the seeds of resistance were being sown. Out of this era of darkness emerged valiant heroes who dared to defy the norms, who dared to challenge the status quo. Today, we'll delve into the lives of 5 such heroes, 5 black civil rights activists who became the beacon of hope in these trying times. They fought not with guns or swords, but with their words, their actions, and above all, their indomitable spirit. Their stories are not just tales of struggle but also of triumph, a testament to their resilience and courage. So, let's embark on this journey together, a journey into the heart of a turbulent yet transformative era. Let's commemorate the lives of these extraordinary individuals and pay tribute to their invaluable contributions to the civil rights movement. In the midst of oppression emerged heroes who dared to challenge the status quo. Imagine a woman so brave, her refusal to surrender her seat sparked a revolution. This woman was none other than Rosa Parks, an ordinary seamstress with extraordinary courage. On December 1, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus for a white passenger. This simple act of defiance, a refusal to submit to unjust laws, lit the flame of the civil rights movement. Rosa's refusal led to her arrest, but it also ignited a citywide boycott of the Montgomery bus system by the African American community. This Montgomery bus boycott, led by a young Martin Luther King Jr., lasted for more than a year, causing significant financial strain on the public transit system and thrusting the issue of racial segregation into the national spotlight. Rosa Parks's act of defiance was more than just a moment. It was a statement, a declaration that she and countless others were no longer willing to live in the shadow of second-class citizenship. She became an emblem of resistance, a beacon of courage in the face of injustice, and a catalyst for change. Her quiet strength and unwavering resolve inspired others to stand up and fight, to challenge the status quo, and to demand equality. Rosa Parks's courage showed the world that one person's stand against injustice can ignite a movement. Imagine a man who had a dream so powerful it echoed through the ages. In the heart of the civil rights movement, a voice emerged, resonating with the aspirations of millions. This voice belonged to Martin Luther King Jr., a man who wielded the weapon of words to combat the injustice of racial segregation. King was a beacon of hope amidst the tumultuous times of the 1950s and 1960s. His leadership, characterized by nonviolent resistance, brought new vigor to the fight for equality. He led monumental events such as the Montgomery bus boycott, the Birmingham campaign, and the March on Washington, each a testament to his steadfast commitment to justice. In the pantheon of his speeches, one stands out: "I have a dream." Delivered in 1963 to a crowd of over 200,000 people, King painted a vision of a future where his children would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. His words soothed the wounds of the oppressed and challenged the conscience of the oppressors. His peaceful protests were not without consequence. He faced arrests, threats, and even an assassination attempt. Yet, King remained undeterred. His courage, his conviction, and his charisma became the driving force of a movement that would change the course of history. King's life was tragically cut short in 1968, yet his dream did not perish with him. The Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, both landmarks of legislative change, were testaments to his tireless efforts. In the decades since his passing, King's legacy has continued to inspire. His dream has become a part of the collective consciousness, driving the ongoing pursuit of equality and justice. His life serves as a powerful reminder that one voice can indeed change the world. King's dream lives on, a testament to his enduring impact on the fight for equality. Imagine a man whose fiery spirit challenged the system and demanded justice. Enter Malcolm X, a name that reverberates with the sound of defiance, resistance, and profound change. Born Malcolm Little, he later adopted the X to symbolize the unknown African name that slavery had robbed from him. Malcolm X was not just an activist, he was a force of nature. His journey to activism began during his time in prison, where he discovered the teachings of the Nation of Islam. He emerged from the darkness of incarceration with a burning desire to fight for the rights of his people. His message was clear and uncompromising: Black empowerment. Malcolm X advocated for self-reliance, self-respect, and self-defense. He believed in the power of Black people to uplift themselves, to create their own institutions, and to defend their lives and dignity by any means necessary. Malcolm X's doctrine of Black nationalism was a stark contrast to the integrationist approach of other civil rights leaders. His voice was a thunderous call to arms, urging Black Americans to break free from the shackles of systemic oppression and claim their rightful place in society. While his radical approach often sparked controversy, there's no denying the magnitude of his influence. Malcolm X was instrumental in shaping the civil rights movement, injecting it with a dose of fiery passion and unyielding determination. His speeches were potent, his presence commanding. He was unafraid to speak his truth, to challenge the status quo, and to demand justice. His words ignited a spark in the hearts of many, inspiring them to rise up and fight for their rights. Malcolm X's life was tragically cut short, but his legacy lives on. His teachings continue to resonate, his spirit continues to inspire. His fire, the fire of resistance, still burns brightly, illuminating the path towards justice and equality. Malcolm X's fire continues to inspire resistance and demand justice. Imagine a woman whose tireless efforts became the backbone of the civil rights movement. Now, envision Ella Baker, a dynamic force who worked relentlessly behind the scenes. She was the unsung hero, the driving force that kept the wheels of the movement turning. Ella Baker was not one for the spotlight, but her influence was felt everywhere. She was the strategic mind behind many pivotal moments in the civil rights movement, yet she remained largely unknown to the general public. Her work was not about personal glory, but about the collective struggle for freedom and equality. One of Baker's most significant contributions was the formation of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or SNCC. Recognizing the power of young, passionate activists, she brought them together to create a platform for their voices. The SNCC became one of the most important organizations in the civil rights movement, playing a critical role in sit-ins, freedom rides, and voter registration drives. Baker's influence didn't stop there. She was a mentor to many, including Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr., instilling in them the importance of grassroots activism. She believed in the power of the people, a philosophy that resonated throughout the civil rights movement. Baker's work continues to inspire and empower, a testament to her enduring influence. She may not have sought recognition, but her impact remains evident in the ongoing struggle for equality. Ella Baker, the backbone of the movement, the force behind the scenes. The fight for civil rights was a battle of ordinary people against extraordinary odds. Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Ella Baker, these were not just names, but torchbearers of a revolution. They were ordinary individuals who chose to stand tall against the rampant racial injustice. Rosa Parks, with her quiet defiance, sparked a movement. Martin Luther King Jr. was the voice that echoed the dream of equality. Malcolm X, the fiery spirit of resistance, challenged the status quo. And Ella Baker, the backbone of the movement, tirelessly worked behind the scenes, her impact far-reaching and profound. Their contributions were monumental, their resilience inspiring. They left an indelible mark on history, shaping the civil rights movement and beyond. Their work continues to resonate in our society today, impacting laws, attitudes, and beliefs. Their struggle, their success, their impact, they have shaped the world we live in today, reminding us that the fight for equality is never over.